In the endless ocean of night that we call space, beyond the last fragile thread of sunlight, a lone traveler drifts in silence. It is not a ship of explorers. It is not a probe meant to return. It is Voyager 2, an aging, persistent messenger launched by human hands nearly half a century ago. Most imagine that once it passed the borders of our solar system, it became nothing more than a quiet observer, whispering faint signals back from the edge of the abyss. But something has changed. Voyager 2 has seen movement, something that was never supposed to move, something that was never supposed to exist out there. For decades, its voyage through the interstellar medium was uneventful. Particles. Magnetic fields. Silence. Until the silence broke. Until motion appeared. A deliberate motion, unmistakable, purposeful. On Earth, when scientists decoded the faint anomalies Voyager 2 had sent home, a cold realization began to take root. A fear we had buried in myth and speculation. A fear that might now be true. Voyager 2 had left the planets far behind. It had passed Neptune, past the ghostly orbit of Pluto, past the heliopause, the invisible veil where the sun's influence ends and the ocean of interstellar space begins. It was expected to drift in solitude, collecting only the faint whisper of dust and radiation. But instead, it found movement. The kind of movement that cannot be explained by chance. At first, a team at NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory thought they saw nothing more than a blip, a spike in plasma wave data that lasted seconds. The instruments are sensitive, built to notice even the smallest shifts in particles and fields. Yet this spike carried a strange rhythm. It pulsed. It repeated. It felt less like data, more like a signal. Some blamed interference. Others suggested system decay. After all, Voyager is nearly 50 years old. But then the signal repeated. And this time it was stronger. Not noise. Not random. Something had been recorded. Something Voyager 2 was never meant to find. When the data was purified and analyzed, an image began to emerge. An object. 500,000 kilometers from the probe. Moving with a velocity no natural body in that region should have. No comet. No rogue planet. No debris field. And yet, this thing was not only moving, it was adjusting itself. Its trajectory bent to follow Voyager's path, like a predator shadowing its prey. The world of science panicked. Independent astronomers confirmed the readings. The magnetometer. The gyroscopic shifts. The plasma spikes. All pointed to the same unthinkable conclusion. Voyager 2 was not alone. The most chilling discovery did not come from what Voyager saw, but from what it sent. Inside its regular telemetry, hidden like a stowaway, was a digital burst of radio energy. Voyager was never programmed to send this. Yet it did. When decrypted, the packet revealed binary sequences that, when plotted, form symbols. Spirals. Intersections. Loops. Patterns echoing ancient glyphs, mathematics folded into geometry. Linguists and physicists ran the data through modern algorithms. The verdict was unanimous. This was no random interference. This was construction. This was message. Something out there had embedded itself into the signal stream. Whether it was a warning, a greeting, or something far darker, no one could say. But the implication was undeniable. Voyager 2 was not alone in deep space. And whatever had found it, had noticed us. The scientific world fractured. Some whispered of discovery, of contact, of proof that we are not alone. Others whispered of surveillance, of predators, of prelude. And then came the most terrifying twist. When old Voyager 1 data was re-examined with modern tools, a nearly identical anomaly was found. Decades earlier, in the same region of space. Dismissed at the time as static. Now, in hindsight, it looked like a first meeting. This was not coincidence. This was not the first time.